All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. I've been watching loads of the videos that the apostles and the elders and other brothers have been doing on this Maui fire thing, man. And through watching these videos, it made me understand more this scripture here, man. All right? This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And what you're seeing in all of this footage of this Maui fires, right, is you're seeing men crying like women, right? And you're seeing women crying like little children, man, right? And you're seeing children just be completely distraught and not even knowing what to think from whether ups, downs, up or ups, down, man. And I saw the footage of these burning buildings and all of these things, right? And I just was literally just about maybe 30 seconds before I started, came up with the idea to do this lesson. I was thinking when I saw one of the videos and saw the destruction, what would these people have did if that were all these women would have did if they were that were crying? What would they have did if they just saw somebody walking through all that burning and fire, praising the Lord, saying Kal Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shouting it at the top of their lungs, man, right? And I just instantly thought that these people would be shook, man. They'd be scared. And then some of them would want to try and follow after that person because they'd be wanting to know why that person is not scared like them, right? They'd want to know why that person ain't scared like them, man. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6 again, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So in that time, the elect are not going to be scared of no fire that's taking place. They're going to be scared that, man, if I end up falling for the tricks that all these other people around me are falling for, thinking that Esau's going to come and help, I'm going to end up taking that karagma. So they're going to have it in their mind, as long as I ain't took the karagma, fuck what else is going on. That's the kind of mentality that they're going to have, man. And they're going to be laughing at all of you other people around that are losing all the things that you thought you was gonna escape and get, man. Because a lot of people rejected the Lord because they was desiring to get rich, because they wanted to live in them nice places like Maui, right? They wanted to have that nice life in Miami and Dubai and all of that. But all of those places are going to start catching hell, man. All of those people that have been trying to grind to get those lives, they're going to start losing out on that stuff, man. But wisdom and knowledge is going to be the strength of our time for those men that didn't give into this place, man, that didn't trust in this place, right? Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. But that ain't going to be all the faces of the elect. They're going to be like, man, well, I knew that this was happening. It's a lot easier to handle extreme death all around you if you knew that a situation like this was going to happen, right? If you're surrounded by a whole bunch of death, but you've been waiting for the death to come, you're still going to be shocked by it because you ain't seen it like that before. But you're going to be like, well, this is prophecy. You're going to have an understanding of it. Wisdom and knowledge is going to be the strength of your times. The wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures, the wisdom and knowledge of prophecies written in the Bible. Whereas other people are going to be like, man, I didn't think that nothing like this could ever happen. Just like how when the lockdown came, these people didn't know what to do, man. And all of them ended up falling for the trick of that time. And everyone's going to fall for the trick of, apart from the elected nation of Israel, they're all going to fall for the trick of the coming times, which is going to be to take that karagma. They're all going to fall for that, man. Verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that there is none like it, is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, right? The elect ain't going to be scared like how everybody else is scared when they see these things, man. And I just was thinking, I'm going to say it again, man. I just imagine when I was watching one of the videos, there was a video of two looked like Hawaiian women crying, right? And I was just picturing what would they have did if they just saw a man walking in the background with a garment on, with fringes at the bottom, with a big beard, right? Praising the name of the Lord, man. Shouting it at the top of his lungs, laughing, like and saying, this is it's about saying, I knew that you was gonna do this, Lord. I knew you was gonna destroy this place. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for this. The Israelites have been waiting for this. People would want to know what he's talking about, even though they'd have heard it already anyway. But they're gonna be wanting to try and get understanding of these things in that time, because what people think they can do, they think they can be slick, they think they can have rejected the Lord their whole life and just lived in the worldly way. And then when destruction comes, that they can just pick up a Bible and make understanding of it, because they don't respect what it takes to actually really understand the scriptures. They don't understand that you might have to get a disease where you come close to death, where you might have to have your woman that once cared for you think you bugged out and leave you, that you might get kicked out and disowned from all your family members. They think that you're supposed to just be loved and have a prosperity in order to be a person that believes in the scriptures. They don't understand that the person that Yahweh loved the most, being Yahweh Shai, went through the worst of all people that's ever existed on the earth, even though they didn't do anything wrong. To them, that sounds like bad parenting, because they just want to throw everything, the best things at their child when the child don't deserve it. But Yahweh's not a parent like that. Yahweh's not a father of that kind. Yahweh's a father that gives his children things after he's proven that they deserve and are worthy to take and the honor of having that. And that's why even us as his sons also are catching hell, right? And everyone that says that they want to be an Israelite and starts believing that, the Spirit tests them and wisdom tests them to see if they can handle dealing with that, man. And it's still going to test everyone that wants to be of the elect and that's hoping to be of the elect. It's going to test them in a time to come too. And the main test is going to be, will you take that charagma? That's going to be the test at that time. Are you going to take the charagma? That's going to be the test, man. And most of these people, if they've had their whole house burnt down, have been having to run away from cannibals, been having to run away from getting kidnapped, taken into a basement and have God knows what done to them. If they've been able to escape all of that and been put around Esau, where they got some basic rations, some 3D printed food, and all you have to do to be allowed into this place is get this piece of technology in your hand, they're gonna be like, well, it's better to be in here than out there. They're gonna be like, I'll take my chances here rather than being out there, because out there was rough. And you see examples of that in them zombie shows. For anyone that likes zombie shows, you always see that. There's always a safe zone, right? There's always a safe place that appears to be safe. And then when you get in there, it's worse than where you was before. It's worse than where you was outside. Or it's always just something dodgy about it, man. And now that I've said that, that reminds me of a scripture that I was looking for, that I wanted to read, man. Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many, and the Israelites constantly in times past was believing in Egypt, man. They was like, oh, we're going to flee from, we're not going to bow down and run to the Babylonians and surrender. Even though Jeremiah told us to surrender, we're going to run and go down into Egypt. But that didn't work in them times when we tried it. Neither is it going to work in a modern time when everyone tries to run and trust in Egypt. Oh, I've heard that there's a safe zone and that they feed you. All you have to do is take this security thing, this security tag, to prove that you're willing to be a part of the society, that you're not one of them, to prove that you're not one of the bad ones. All you have to do is take this thing in your hand or your head to prove you're not one of the bad ones. Come on, let's run there. It's in London. Come on, let's run there. Oh, it's in Birmingham, in the city centre. Come on, let's run there, flee there. Oh, it's in New York, in New York City. Oh, they've got a safe zone near Grand Central Park. Come on, quick. Oh, they've got a safe zone in Dallas, Texas. Quick, let's run there. It's near the city district. That's the kind of things that's going to be happening. Oh, there's a safe zone in Belgium. Quick, let's run there and flee there, and we'll be safe. We'll be able to eat then. We only have to cross over 2 towns over, 2 cities over. We'll be safe then. That's the kind of thing that's going to be happening, man. All those people in Maui, they've lost everything that they ever knew. Known. So they'd be thinking that it's a benefit now. If it was the all hell breaking loose, that if they was getting offered a charagma, they'd be like, well, what else am I going to do? Because they don't know about the Lord. They know about whatever Hawaiian idol they've got, man. the Muslims, they ain't gonna know what's going on. They think that have got the real book, but they ain't got no prophecy on the mark of the beast in their thing. They don't know nothing about that. In fact, you'll notice that for all the talk that they have about talking about bad talking down on the Bible and saying that they believe in it, what prophecies do they speak about? And what scripture do you know from their book? You know, people know many scriptures from our book. Iron sharpens iron, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, John 3:16. Everyone, even Muslims know John 3:16, but why don't we know anything? Why don't they know famous quotes from their book? Because they don't even read from it like that, man. But then they'll get offended when a brother's teaching on the street, right? And he's got the Quran on the floor. They'll punch him in the side of his head and throw him on the ground, though, right? They'll want to fight him if he steps on on his property, right? They'll want to fight and get corner, but they don't even know what the book's really saying themselves. Does the book say you're supposed to do that? They wouldn't even know whether it does or don't. They don't even know the ins and outs of their own book, but they want to get carnal and fight based on what's in or what isn't in their book. But they ain't got no prophecy, so they ain't gonna know what's going on. They're still worrying about you can't drink alcohol, but then somehow you can sell it and get rich from it though, and have an off license. It's a bit weird that you can't you can't drink alcohol. It's it's haram, but somehow selling it's halal though, right? Isn't that very strange? That's very dodgy, if you ask me. But we're gonna see what their God's saying when it goes down, and we're gonna see if these things that we're seeing that are part of the prophecies of that our God Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. We're gonna see if they are saying, yeah, this was what we was expecting, or are they gonna be faking it? Like, yeah, we knew this. It says in the sword, yeah, right, man, yeah, right. It don't say that in nothing to do with what you're saying, man. And that's why your whole thing is to just worry about what the Bible is talking about all the time. You're always just worrying about the Bible, saying it's been changed and all of this. But we can say the same thing about your thing. Why wasn't the Quran before the Bible then? If it was so valid? And how comes you're saying that the Quran's the new Bible? Yet the Quran don't even mention the same stories about Abraham, about Isaac and Jacob and Joseph, and doesn't even really talk about the Israelites that much no more. But the Bible is all about the Israelites. So there's so much with these people that they don't know what they're talking about. The Sikhs, they ain't got nothing to do with the Quran or none of that. They ain't got no prophecies. The Hinduism, they ain't got none of that neither, man. Buddhists, nah. A fat bold guy ain't coming to do nothing, man. That ain't gonna do nothing. All these people are going, we're gonna see what their God is saying in that time, man. And they're all gonna be trying to gather around Israelites, trying to bite the doctrine and fake like that's part of what they're saying. And then they might say the name of Yahweh and burst into flames, man, because they ain't worthy to speak that name. And then that's going to get people shook, man. Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. And most of these people, they ain't never prayed to Yahweh, man. When we say Yahweh, they don't even hear Yahweh. They hear that Yahusha, all that. Yahusha. They hear all that. They don't even hear that. When we say Yahweh, they hear Jehovah. They can't hear it. They can't even hear the name. There's literally some people in you brother's family out there that you could say the name of Yahweh to them right in front of them 10 times and they won't hear the name. But another person, you say the name to them once and they remember that name for the rest of their life. Verse 2, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. So anyone that's coming there over there in Hawaii, they'll be able to help to a certain degree because Yahweh's allowed them to. But when it really goes down, nobody that Yahweh wants to destroy is going to be able to be helped by anybody. If a person's destined to starve to death and you was to give them food, You might physically see them eat the food and the calories don't even get to their stomach, man. The food might just disappear in their hand because they're destined to starve to death. Someone's destined for the sword. You could give them body armor, keep them locked away in a room. Someone's going to get into that room to make them get the judgment of the sword, man. Something's going to happen to them. They might slip in the room that they're in by themselves and fall on the sword, man. Something's going to happen to them for them to die by the sword. If they're supposed to die by a pestilence, they're going to get killed by a pestilence, man. There ain't going to be no way. It's going to be like Final Destination, which is what Amos 5 and 8 goes into. Verse 3, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. So no one ain't going to stop nobody from getting judged when it goes down, man. And all these people, they're going to realize and start to respect and fear the name of Yahweh, man. Because they're going to start to see people that call upon that name do some things that they cannot explain, that are not even thought of from their gods. That their books that they claim to believe in ain't even saying nothing. And then that's when all you people in that so-called conscious community, man, that are talking about you laughing at the Israelites, saying you believe in a God. That's what they say in that conscious community, or Sarnetta stuff. They say they believe in a God, but then when you ask them for any details on it, they don't say any. And then Sarnetta will be saying, well, I think we're a God, brother. Say, brother, I think we're a God, brother. So he'll start coming with all that. Where there's an evil self and a lower self, brother. Nah, man. You chatting shit. You just don't want to try and say any details of what you think your God is because you don't want to be wrong. So you want to just talk about what other people are saying, where they're saying that they've got a God. But then when it comes to you having to give details on your God, you don't want to give none. You don't want to say what your God's law is on RAPE. You don't want to say what your God's law is in regards to whether women are over men. You don't want to say what your God's law is on alphabet community. You don't want to say what your God's law is on adultery. But you want to just keep looking at what the Bible says and keep complaining. But you ain't said it once in your life that I've seen. You ain't said what the alternative should be. But if you had so much wisdom, wouldn't you come up with an alternative? After all the scoffing, you'd say this way's wrong and this way's right. Surely that's what you'd say, right? That's the wrong way. This is the right way. But you people ain't doing that. Amos chapter 5 verse 18, warn to you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on a wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? That's final destination, man. You keep trying to think you're going to escape death. Nah, death's coming. Death's following you. Death's going to be stalking people, man. They're going to think they've escaped death. Trying to lean on the wall. Nah, serpent bit you. That's what's going to happen, man. And it's not even a thing for anyone to really speak proudly about. Because in the same way how we're speaking about these things, we could be speaking about the death that we're going to see. Which is why it's so scary, man. To believe in the Lord. Because Judas Iscariot, he saw Yahweh Shai do a whole bunch of stuff. Right? And still caused for Yahweh Shai to be, and still betrayed Yahweh Shai, man. Now, what the deeper reason into why he did that was, it matters, but he still did it though. He still was like, I think he still was trying to speed up or trying to go outside of the realm of make it be God's will why things are going to happen. Don't try and speed up anything past what it's supposed to go. Right? I'm going to end the lesson there, man. People are going to respect Yahweh's men that he set up, man, and the women and the children even too, man. Certain other women are going to be jealous of other women that have got a connection to a man of the Lord, man. And all these hood rat women, they're going to be trying to think that they can try and get close to men of the Lord, thinking that they can try and use them thought tactics. Oh, watch, I'm going to twerk. I'm a walk by a man, and then I'm going to turn my back to him so that he can see what I'm working with in the glutes department, so that he can lust after me in his heart. And then that's going to make me be able to get him from this other woman that's got her head covered and that's trying to, and she's in a dress. Now I'm going to wear my lucky booty shorts and get this man for myself. And then he's going to take care of me and give me all of his resources. No, he's not. He's going to look at you like you're a degenerate and tell you to kick rocks. And he might curse you in the name of the Lord. And now 5 wolves come out the woods and start chewing on your ass. Literally on your glutes. To have a feast, man. Or a damn snake might fall out the sky and start biting your ass. And don't say it can't happen. Because a snake can fall out the sky and start biting you and wrap itself around your arm. Look it up if you don't believe that that's happened in reality, in the modern times that we're living in. You don't even have to look to ancient times. That happened to an Edomite woman. A snake fell out the sky and wrapped itself around her arm and started biting her. And after that, an eagle came to get the snake and was biting her arms because it was missing the snake, man. So if that's happening to Edomites, and Yahweh watches over you Israelites even more with wrath sometimes to judge you to let you get right, don't think it can't happen to an Israelite, because it can. You women ain't going to be able to use no, oh, I'm cute, I'm finer than a ma, to try and get no extra credits, man, to try and get no extra mercy. Nah. You're going to have to humble down, man. Isaiah 4:1, that's humble down mode. No one ain't going to care about how many followers you had on Insta. No one ain't going to care that you're used to men you've become accustomed to, you know? No one ain't going to care about what the lifestyle you've become accustomed to. Oh, all your previous boyfriends were 6'5". All your previous boyfriends were 6'5" and earned 250,000 a year. Well, guess what? This man here is 5'7", and this man there, he's 5'9". This man here, he's 5'2". This man here, they're 5'8". This man here is 5'9". This one there, he's 5'10". They've got beards on their face. They're not getting shape ups. They don't earn the amount of money that you used to, that you've accustomed to, and none of them want you. And they all got the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai in them. And now it's their time to pick and choose which kind of women they want, and they don't want you. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do about it? You're going to force yourself on them? Now you're not. You're going to be out there looking stupid as hell. She's going to be desolate, sitting on the ground. She's going now. Her eyes shall behold her that said unto me, where's Yahweh thy power? And you're going to be trodden down like the mire of the streets, man. That's what's going to happen. You're going to just be rejected, man. No one's going to care about what you become accustomed to, or none of that previous lifestyle that you had in the world. No one's going to care. That's going to mean absolutely nothing, man. Micah chapter 7 and verse 8, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. Don't people rejoice against the Israelites right now? Whenever they can find a video of us doing something that is us going off a little bit. Don't they try and associate anything that's a crime where anyone might have watched 1 or 2 Hebrew Israelite videos and then they go and do something crazy? Don't they try and associate that with the whole belief system of the Hebrew Israelites? But then if we're doing that, how many people in this world would sign when it comes to the religion thing on a job application? How many people would sign that they are Christian? But then how many people commit crimes that claim to be Christians? The whole gathering of America and all the crimes that happened under that, them people all said that they were Christians. In fact, they were saying at the early stage in the 1630s, they were saying that they were New Israel. They were saying that they were the new Israel and that America was the whole new Holy Land, the new Israel, man. Was the new Holy Land, the new Canaan, the new land of Canaan. And that they was coming over there as some kind of exodus from Egypt. So what can you people say to us? You can't say nothing. When I sit in darkness, Yahweh shall be a light unto me. So when it goes down, man, Yahweh is going to be our light. Yahweh is going to be our guide. We ain't going to need the light of the world externally to guide us to what's going to be happening. We ain't even going to need the brightness of the sun to guide us for what's happening. It's going to be Yahweh's light that's in us, if we are the elect, that's going to guide us to let us know exactly what situation we're supposed to do, at which time we're supposed to do it, man. When I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him, because we know we've done sins, man. We know we've committed sins. So none of you people can make us feel any worse about the sins we've committed in our life than we feel about it already, man. Because we want to be perfect for real. We understand what the new covenant is, and we desire to be under that. Whereas you Christians claim to have the law in your heart, but say the law is done away with, it doesn't make any sense. Because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. And that's why all you women better start humbling down, man, because in Maui right now, men ain't really on a mission to be caring for women too much. If they've just missed out on all their stuff, they ain't going to be caring about too many women out there. And if there's a single woman over there versus a man with his own woman, well, that man's going to be rocking for what his own woman. And even in that time, them women that have got a man, they ain't going to be trying to run their man, telling them about rules on whether you can have more than one wife and all of that, because they're catching hell now. So they're going to be a lot more humble in regards to what men want. And out there, you already know that there's probably some dodgy stuff happening to women too, man. When these people are coming over claiming that they're trying to help. I'm going to end the lesson there, man. People are going to respect the men of the word of the Lord and the men that believe in it, man, when things start going bad. And that's probably what I'll name this title of this video, man. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. All praises to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Ba'asham Rakakwadash. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.